I'm Nick Seco from Home Right Windows and Doors, and we're located in Waynesboro, Pennsylvania. So we do vinyl replacement windows, we do steel and fiberglass entry doors, we do aluminum storm doors, and we do sliding patio doors, all made by Provia. The windows are a vinyl replacement window, and it could be anything from double hungs to casements to bay and bow windows and everything in between. So when somebody calls in the office and needs an estimate, they get Roxanne on the phone typically, and she would schedule an appointment for me to come out and take some measurements, provide some literature, go through what options we have, and then I would follow up within about 24 to 48 hours with an estimate with all the details of the products as well as the installed price. I find that we're typically much more affordable than the companies that you see advertising on TV or in a lot of other places. If they're spending a lot of advertising dollars, obviously they're passing those costs on to their consumers. You could go to our website at homerightwaynesboro.com, or you could call us at 717-749-4874.
Local and live, covering Franklin and Washington counties, it's Let's Talk TriState with Tiny and Katie.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Tri-State, all powered by Home Right Windows and Doors, the right choice. We're in the 2024 Best of the Tri-State in Waynesboro. And it's Friday, so of course we have our good friend from localnews1.org, DeDone, who's going to go through the 5 things that we can do this weekend, this rainy weekend that awaits us, along with local headlines, which is great for me because I've been gone all week. So I do need to be caught up. Exactly.
Okay, well, let's go through 5 things to do this weekend. The Shalom Christian Academy is going to be having their annual Dutch Fest out at the Franklin County Fairgrounds. Apparently that's co-located with the Chambersburg Rod and Gun Club. They've moved out there. They used to be elsewhere. Now they've moved out there because they had to have more parking and more space because they're getting so many more people who are participating. This is their 17th festival. They're going to still have their signature strawberry pie, live and online auctions, a 5K race, games, crafts, just a whole lot of stuff. This is a major fundraiser for the pre-K through 12th grade Shalom Christian Academy. So if you have an opportunity to get out there today, Friday, from 5 until 9 p.m. and tomorrow, Saturday from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m., go on out and help them out. Shalom's, they're a pretty good school. Next up, Waynesboro's Main Street Park is going to be hosting a Spring Fest. You getting a theme here? It's spring.
It is spring, and I feel so sorry for anyone who's doing outdoor activities this weekend. Just rain all forecast long.
Well, they're gonna have their Spring Fest on Saturday between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. That'll be excuse me. That will feature a kid zone with inflatable bounce houses, an obstacle course, pony rides up until 2 p.m., axe throwing, face painting. It's an interesting combination, and more. Actually, there used to be an axe throwing company.
Yes.
Over in Waynesboro.
Yes.
And
I think it's still there.
Apparently, they couldn't cut it. So there's a lot going on there, and it's really in support of developing things in the heart of Waynesboro. Penn State Extension Master Gardeners of Franklin County is going to be hosting an outdoor container garden workshop at 10 a.m. on Saturday. That'll be at the 4-H Therapeutic Riding Center at 181 Franklin Farm Lane in Chambersburg. You'll learn how to attract butterflies, birds, other pollinators, select the best plants, and you get hands-on guidance from master gardeners to create your own container gardens. It's a $25 workshop, and it aims to support local pollinator populations in the area. It's open to the public. Number 4, children and families are invited to explore history at the Washington County Rural Heritage Museum's Children's Scavenger Hunt. That'll be on Saturday, May 3rd from noon until 4 p.m. and that'll be located at 7313 Sharpsburg Pike in Boonesboro. Participants will be looking for 19th century objects that are scattered throughout the museum's indoor exhibits. And in the rural village, they'll be engaging. It should be a great afternoon. Admission is anywhere from $3 to $5. It's offering hands-on learning for all ages. And last, Clarissa's School of Performing Arts in Greencastle is going to be hosting a tea party with mom.
Cute.
On Sunday, May 4th at 1 p.m. Invites mothers and daughters to enjoy decorating 2 pots, planting flowers, participating in snacks, games, and more. They do require registration. 1 mother, 1 daughter only. And offers special opportunities for families.
That's really cute.
Those are nice things.
Yeah.
We've got an interesting road challenge here today, though, because there are so many other things that are cropping up just this coming week, just past the weekend, and even over the weekend. For example, in Waynesboro, the 2025 Spring Art Show is going to be today down in downtown Waynesboro at 50 West Main Street. That'll be from 5:30 until 7:30. It's going to be featuring rock band Clay Band, the rock trio Clay Band. Mm-hmm. That should be pretty nice. It's in conjunction with the school's art show, so that'll be nice. Also in Waynesboro, on Saturday, between 8:15 in the morning and 6 o'clock in the evening.
8:15, very specific time.
Yes. Well, it's because this is a road trip, field trip.
Okay.
Technically,
Okay.
sponsored by the Buttonwood folks. This is about geology. They're going over, excuse me, they're going to be exploring number 9 coal mine, and they recently discovered fossil shale formation that was discovered that has all kinds of fossils imprinted in the. It's pretty slick. You have to go to the Buttonwood Nature Center website to get the details on that. It's pretty extensive. But
Sounds like it's going to rock.
Yeah. Yes, it will.
Rock. Geology.
Rock.
It was a pun.
Huh?
Geology. Rock.
Okay, Pennsylvania. 5th of May is the deadline to register to vote in the primaries, which will be on the 20th of May. Now, just a reminder, folks in Maryland probably don't care about this, but in Pennsylvania, it's a closed primary system. So you have to be registered either Democrat or Republican to be able to vote. You can't vote if you're not one of those. If you're a minority party or if you're not registered at all, you can't just wander on in and vote. So it's just the way it is in Pennsylvania. The 5th is your last day to make sure that you are registered one way or the other so that you can participate. That'll be on the 20th the primaries will be on the 20th of May. Also a reminder that Real ID, which we made a big deal out of last week, Real ID is going to be required for, basically if you're traveling anywhere in the country, you're going to need to have Real ID or a military ID card or a passport, as Katie prefers. Yeah. That takes effect nationally on the 7th of May. So there's lots of alternatives there. Just make sure you're covered before you start traveling especially on airlines, I think is where it's really aimed at.
And not everybody has a passport, and it can take a little bit of time to get that. So this is something that you might not want to put on the back burner for much longer.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, outside of, one more. Waynesboro again and Buttonwood again. On Friday, the 9th of May, they're going to be having a clay shooting fundraiser. And that'll be at Orvis Hill. There'll be 15 stations. It's $125 per person. You have to be 18 or over to participate. But they have a lot of really interesting fundraisers for Buttonwood, but they've kind of taken over the paper this week. Anyway, Hagerstown, the I-81 expansion, it's a $99.1 million deal, is going to begin in 2027. Apparently, it has been delayed for an extensive period of time. The southern segment of this was finished in 2020, and they've had budget and financial problems ever since, but the governor finally managed to come up with enough money for it, and it's going to be completed in, Well, it didn't say when it's going to be completed. It said when it's going to begin in 2027. So that's for the section of I-81 south of the Pennsylvania line. Gettysburg, Fairfield Road between Fairfield and Gettysburg, at a bridge that was taken out of commission back in December, which has caused all manner of changes in how you get back and forth between those two towns. It is open now, so you can. There's still some work on it, but it's minor things, and they're dealing with that with flagmen. So, but basically, it is now opened. If you've been wondering when that was going to finish, no more mystery to it. Washington Transit is upgrading their paratransit services with a new system. Basically what they're doing, and this is something fire departments in big cities do and other people, they'll put a transponder on the individual vehicles so that they know exactly where they are all the time, so that when somebody calls in, they can do something called dynamic scheduling. They can take a bus, take the nearest bus, divert it to wherever the location is that somebody's calling for. And this is pretty important because the paratransit is for people who can't use the regular buses. So they're
disabled or elderly, or
so this will basically speed up, make the entire operation more efficient. It's a really good idea. I mean, just simply knowing where all the vehicles are and how to react. And then there's a system that goes along with it that'll probably be calculating optimal routes and updating them as it goes. So that's pretty slick, as opposed to fixed schedule and you just got to wait around until it happens. Franklin County Commissioners are considering an agreement with Daniel and Amy Hirschberger for an agricultural conservation easement on their farm. This will basically protect the property from development over an extended period of time, and $284,000 is going to be paid to them in order to from the Pennsylvania State Conservation Fund in order to make this happen. Last I heard, they had not. I did not hear the decision on that yet, but they were considering it. The Waynesboro Fire Department has a new logo designed by 3 of the high school students. Now this is the unit.
Oh, that's cool.
This is the unit patch. This is not the unit emblem, but people have been doing this ever since people come back from the military. You always have a unit patch in addition to whatever your command patch is. So this is kind of nice. It's unique to that particular unit. This will be company. Where is it here? Company 24 in Waynesboro. It basically features the Waynesboro Indian head in the center of a new design, so it's very slick. The Washington County Chamber in Hagerstown is sponsoring a presentation on small business marketing on a budget. Everybody who's run a business basically knows that if you're a small business and you're trying to get the word out that you A, actually exist, and B, are reliable and trustworthy and noble and all that kind of stuff, that it's hard to get the word out unless you spend exorbitant amounts of money. Well, there are other ways of going about doing that. So they're sponsoring this. It's going to be presented by Dave Barnhart of Manning Media. And let's see, did I write down when that was? I did not, but it's in the paper. Fires. We're going to circle back to fires because there has been some progress on that. The Micho blaze up close, the bigger of the two that were up there, up closer to Shippensburg, ended up with about 2,248 acres being burned, but it is 80% contained now. It's gotten a little help from a wee bit of rain here, there, in the third place. There was a second fire, quite a bit smaller, out near Hammond's Rock. It's in the same general vicinity, but they got it 100% contained. It impacted 470 acres. Kind of on the tail of that, Carroll Valley established a burn ban last Friday, and it's effective until further notice. Just a point of order. It seems that when all the different municipalities, the townships, the boroughs, and whatnot, when they establish burn bans, they don't necessarily. it's not clear that they're actually talking to each other about and taking a look at a set of conditions that would suggest that maybe it's about right to do one of these things. I mean, it's good that they're calling burn bans, but they seem to be calling them after a fire breaks out, which would seem to be on the wrong side of that event. Okay, that's pretty much it for fires. They finally seem to be under control. Franklin County Schools, two of them, as a matter of fact, are going to be getting $75,000 each for career and technical education, basically STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. And the two schools are the Franklin County Career Tech Center and Waynesboro High School, both of whom have demonstrated an ability to do a decent job with that. Washington County is doing, or did, smoke tests this past week. I don't know if you've ever seen them or not, but periodically what they'll do is they'll pump non-toxic smoke down into the sewer system, and they'll look around to see where it comes out. Well, if it comes out someplace where they expect it to come out, good on them. If not, then perhaps they have
work to do.
They have a problem. So.
Yeah.
In the meantime, if you weren't aware that they were doing that before, and you saw smoke coming out of the ground or out of your pipes or whatnot, that's what it was, and there's no harm to it. It's just a periodic test to make sure that the system is working properly. Police in Greencastle, there was a young woman who was hit last Friday, April 25th, at the intersection of North Allison and Tyrone Street. She was taken to the hospital. The driver remained on site, and they are still investigating exactly how that happened. And last word on that. Let's see. In Waynesboro, getting the Ever Helpful Award, the Waynesboro Police Department has put out a story that reminds people that there are 3 ways to pay your tickets. I just loved this one. It was great. In person, you can mail them in, or there's an after-hours drop box. So,
okay.
So you can start piling all those tickets that you've been holding, just waiting to know about how to do that. There you go.
So nothing online?
Apparently not.
Huh. Interesting.
No, it's a peculiarity of government that it usually discovers technology about a generation after everybody else has discovered technology. Now, the military services are different because it makes a real difference in terms of whether you come home at night or not. So they try to get on top of that stuff so they can be quicker, faster than everybody else. But for whatever reason, you would think you'd be able to throw a credit card in there.
Right. Much faster, too.
Yeah. Under health, the John R. Marsh Cancer Center has been reaccredited for radiation oncology. That's cancer treatments, basically. They get a 3-year license, and this is fairly routine. There's nothing special about this except that they've gotten one again. They've been accredited since 2012. Hagerstown Meritus, the ER is going to be undergoing some renovations in the next few months. It'll be complete in the fall. You shouldn't notice much deviation in what goes on. By the time they're done, there will be 4 large triage rooms, so just be advised that there's going to be some construction out there around the ER. Also, occupational therapy got an article in. They wanted to talk about why you do occupational therapy. They wanted to clear up one misconception. They do not train you for jobs. This is more like if you had an injury and you're interested in achieving full movement, full functional capability of all the different parts of your body that might have been injured. They do this, and it's a bit of an art form. There's no cookie cutter to this. They actually have to see you and make an assessment about what you're doing. And I mean, they talk to the docs, but this is mostly a matter of how do you go about restoring movement in a leg or an arm or an elbow or a shoulder or what have you.
Where was this? I missed.
This was at Meritus.
Okay.
Yeah. Nice article. And in Health with Holly, she talks about the price of inaction. That there are an awful lot of plans, diets, exercise schedules that people take up and then don't do. And her suggestion is rather than thinking about this as making yourself looking better for the summer or what have you, you ought to think about this in terms of just your overall health. It's all about your energy, your function, and your quality of life. So another good article by Holly.
She's great.
For people, Sophie Bittner of Greencastle is going to be joining Ryder Jet Center at the end of this semester. She has been an intern out there for quite some time, and she's decided that she wants to get more deeply into the aviation business. I got to tell everybody, aviation is just an enormously growing field. The demographics of it are that a lot of guys like me who came through the Vietnam era and then all the other different. The services tend to train up an awful lot of pilots and mechanics and a lot of the service people, air traffic controllers that end up ultimately getting hired when they leave the military so it's a great field to get into. But Boeing and the FAA both forecast that they're going to need at least 500,000 mechanics over the next couple of decades. Of course, the airlines are always looking for more pilots. They're actually creating their own training systems since the services aren't training up enough who are getting out to go to work for them. So there's an enormous amount of work going on there. And second point under people, Washington County offered its 911 staff. We talked last week, if you recall, about when the windstorm came through,
knowing when to call and when to not, and
there was just an enormous amount of stuff down there, and everybody liked what they did. So I'm just going to name the people in 911 staff who got awards: Warren Royce, Todd Nesbitt, Sarah Buskirk, Alan Crawford, Amanda Wagner, and Kendall Kennedy. All got awards for their performance and their work in the Washington County 911 area. So congratulations to all of you.
Nicely done.
Okay. There is much more to cover. I haven't gotten to entertainment or some of the details of schools, sports, local history, but you can get all of that any day of the week by simply subscribing to localnews1.org. We are growing because we want to be your first choice, trusted source for news in the local area. We don't do national news. We're not social media. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but we're news. Just think of us as a newspaper without the paper. $4.99 a month. And with that, we'll move to the thought of the day. Some people don't like stairs because they're always up to something.
Someone came over to my house and looked at the stairs and said, "What's upstairs?" And I said, "They're not going to talk back. What's upstairs?" And as always, thank you for joining us on Let's Talk Tri-State.
Yes,
we'll
ma'am.
do it again next Friday.
And welcome back.
Thank you so much.
Let's talk Tri-State.
If you'd like to be featured on an upcoming episode of Let's Talk Tri-State, call 717-597-9200 or email letstalk@921thegoat.com.